Hey, what is up guys, Nvas here, and yeah, it's again, long time no see. First things first, if you think this video is about a step-by-step tutorial on how to make your Ubuntu look like a Mac, then I think you're on the wrong place. But however, at the end of this video, I will be talking about those softwares and tools that helped me make my Ubuntu look like a Mac. Before going there, I want to talk about what made me do what I did. About 80% of people who know me also know that I'm a Mac lover. I always loved the user interface of a Mac, and I wanted to get that. And I just didn't know how. Well, currently I'm using a PC. It's a custom-built PC, probably 8 years old. It's at its maximum configuration right now, but I'd prefer a Mac.
Hey, iMac ra? iMac.
And yeah, I also made my PC look and partially work like a Mac. I made a video about that and posted it on the YouTube channel a year ago. And now, it's for Ubuntu. Things were going pretty well with my PC, which looked and partially worked like a Mac. And one of my high school seniors, Kamal, suggested me to try Ubuntu, Linux. Back at that time, I was not that interested in trying Ubuntu. I was like, meh. Like I said before, I was using an 8-year-old custom-built PC, which was pretty much full. I couldn't afford having another operating system on it. But now, things have changed. Almost a year ago in a video, I made a point saying, may not be this year, but really soon. Probably next year by this time, I might get a Mac. But I didn't. I didn't get a Mac. However, I got a Dell laptop with 15.6-inch screen, i3 processor, 4 gigs of RAM and 500 gigs of storage. As soon as I got my laptop, I tried Ubuntu, but I wasn't sure whether to install it totally or run it parallelly with Windows, or do I have to install Ubuntu at all. After a few days, one of my professors at college recommended me to try Ubuntu. He said it's a good environment for programming. And since computer science is my major, I finally decided to get Ubuntu on my machine. But I used it only for programming, but nothing else. I had programming class twice a week and one lab, so I used Ubuntu only thrice a week. I used to boot it into Ubuntu before the class and shut it down after the class and do all other works of mine on my Windows machine. But slowly things have changed. I started using Ubuntu for something more than programming. I started watching YouTube videos and watching movies on Ubuntu. However, Ubuntu couldn't run all the apps I use on my PC. For instance, if I want to use Evernote to note something, I had to get back to Windows to make that point. I tried Everpad, but it wasn't that effective. And then one of my friends at college introduced me to an app called the Wine, which basically allows us to run Windows applications on Linux. Not everything works with Wine, but believe me, it tries really hard to fill the gap. And then it struck me, if I can run Windows applications on Linux, why can't I give it the Mac look I have on my PC? I was happy and excited, but that happiness didn't last long. I tried installing Rocket Dog, Desktop Core, Launchpad, but then they were crashing continuously. And then I started asking my friend Google for help. There is something Google taught me that day. He taught me something great. Not every disease can be cured by the same medicine. That changed the whole perspective of me looking at things. Instead of searching for how to make my Ubuntu look like my Mac, I started searching for native Ubuntu apps which can help me customize my Ubuntu like a Mac. Another main reason I love Ubuntu more than Windows is the ability to switch between the workspaces. The idea is native for most of the Unix-based operating systems, which Mac OS X is also a part of, but it ain't that intuitive when you come to Windows. There is a possibility of having workspaces on Windows, but believe me, it ain't that great. And then I started spending quality time working on Ubuntu. I asked so many friends of mine for help, and there is this one friend who knows pretty much everything. He's called the Google. You can ask him for help at any time of the day. He's ready to answer. So with the help of him, I started customizing my Ubuntu into my Mac. And that's when my battery died. The camera's battery was done, and I put that for charging. But then there is some problem with this guy now. It's not focusing properly. I think it's a trouble with the autofocus. It's unable to focus. It has autofocus. There is no manual focus for these cameras. I think you know these cameras. Yeah, these things still exist. So there is a problem with the autofocus, and I'm unable to focus it to me. So I couldn't finish the video. I had a problem with the ending. I was editing the video right now, so I thought if I don't find the ending, it's not that great. So I just opened my phone camera and started filming it. And yeah, I think that's the end of this video. I made a video about how to customize your Ubuntu into a Mac. It's not a how-to video totally. It's just about me talking about the softwares that help me customize my Ubuntu into Mac. It's several days of work. It's not change. My Ubuntu didn't change into Mac. It just evolved into one. It's not totally Mac though. You can really feel the sense of missing Mac. But for the most part, if you're an intense Ubuntu user, you can sense the difference. It's not Ubuntu, not Mac. It's just like a hybrid, but it doesn't have the softwares of Mac, which I really love. It would have been awesome if I could run Mac apps on Windows or Ubuntu in any way, just like Wine did. Wine helps me run Windows apps on Linux. If there exists something that I can use which can help me run Mac apps on Windows, if there exists something like that, it could have been awesome. So until I get a Mac, this is my new Mac. So this is the story behind Ubuntu is my new Mac. See you guys. You can if you like this video, hit that like button, and if you want to see more of these videos or my other videos, the Veda vlogs, etc., you can subscribe to my channel. This is Nvas Shanmukha signing out.